Hey, 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 what's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic day so far. As you guys already seen in the title, we're gonna be going through. We're gonna be going through the Surfer Breaker node number 2 like a boss, and I'm gonna show you guys basically. I'm gonna do it two versions. I'm gonna do one where we stack just enough mods on there so that you can get all the milestones and get all the power cores and all the goodies there. And I'm gonna do it really, really slow, step by step, so you guys can kind of see everything as I'm going through it and my thought process as well. So hopefully it helps you guys out. And I will also run it with like 400 and some mods. I have to look at which ones. I forget which ones I use, but yeah, I'll slap as much as I can on there and show you guys that that's what I did when I pushed into the top 500. And of course, as well, before I go into that part, we'll just quickly do a roster review quickly. And again, I do apologize because I know not everyone's going to have the access that I had in terms of, getting characters to level 110, getting them to tier 20, perhaps getting them and pushing them as well to purple ISO 8 level 5. Those are all very, very high luxury end game items. I know that, and I do apologize for that. I know not everyone's going to have access to it, but having said that, if you guys don't have access to that, what I will recommend is trying to farm the shards on these characters, right? Again, Daredevil max out as much as we can be, other than the fact that we can probably bump up his unique here to 20.5. That's what people are calling it because he's pretty much partially to 21. We don't use JJ, so we won't talk about JJ, but we do use Night Thrasher. Again, for this purposes of this video, I'm not gonna upgrade their stars here. I'm gonna keep them at 4. But again, just keep in mind if you guys do have higher star ranks, that is gonna be a massive jump in stats, right? Especially if you have the diamonds. The diamonds are even more insane. But if you have like a 6 red or a 5 red, you're gonna get at least a 50-60% bump in stats. Which is awesome, right? This is going to be awesome. It's going to help you guys out here. It's going to make things a little smoother. But like I said, if you don't have access to the stars, you can do what I did, and you can level them up to 110 and bring them up to tier 20. Also, they worked great in the Professor Xavier saga as well. So we did some testing there, so that was nice. Speedball, same thing. Push as much as we can go other than his stars. And we've also got him as a skirmisher. I switched between skirmisher and also between striker as well if we need the extra damage, so keep that in mind. We also had Night Thrasher as a healer as well in some situations, because then he can actually help Eclipse heal up as well, so that was also kind of nice there. Just got to be able to pivot. When we have low stars, we got to be able to pivot. We've also got we've got our Eclipse as a raider. Sometimes we use her as a healer as well, but again, she is going to be one of the weaker ones because she's only 4 red, 3 yellow, and I'm not willing to bring up the Winter Guard and the champions up just yet to get more stars on her. She's been very well, even at the 4 yellow, 3 red, and yeah, she is kind of the quarterback to the whole team because of her special and all the energy she brings for the team. So let's move on. Last and final member is Storm. I can't say enough things about her. She has been just awesome. Looking forward to getting her more stars, and hopefully maybe I can use that. Only reason why I haven't pushed more on the leaderboards is I don't need to, right? I can wait till I get a bigger Storm, and that's going to make things easier for me. Why the heck would I not wait until I get a bigger Storm, right? And make it easier for myself, right? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, she's big because she's gonna have that exposed. She's gonna clear the revive once. She's gonna have the attacking all the enemies and clearing and slowing everybody down so that Daredevil can do his work. Alternatively, I know people switched out Daredevil and have JJ instead, but I don't know. His damage is just off the charts, and of course as well, he's the only ones that I have that he's the only one that I'm using. Excuse me. In this 5-person team that has the diamonds. Everybody else is either a 3 or a 4. So it kind of is what it is, right? So we got to push them as much as we can here. And I did use her at level 105, and we got it done pretty easily. And then I just, I decided, screw that. I'm going to bring her up to tier 20 because she has earned my respect. And of course, is why I wanted to kind of treat her because she was kicking so much butt. So anyways, guys, that is kind of that for the jibber jabber. Let's quickly jump into the gameplay and to the mods. Okay, so first we're going to take us through the first the node number 2 here. quickly. But before we do, I also just want to mention that I'm gonna turn on the armor packs, just so, and I'll explain why. This will allow us to get that 4.5 million points, and this is also going to be able to allow you guys to get all the milestones without actually having to do the 10th node. This is enough points just based on the turn bonuses and all the other stuff. You should be able to get basically all the milestones just from completing 9 nodes. So that is the strategy. Now, if armor is an issue and you want to maybe make it a little easier for yourselves by being more comfortable with some of the other mods, I would definitely recommend some of these power ones where you get blinded and ability blocked, because for the most part we have a lot of immunity, and most of that actually cancels out quite a bit of that. And of course as well, there's a lot of cleanse with Eclipse as well. But I think the simplest and the easiest is tacking on these armor ones, because yeah, it's a little bit more damage, and hopefully your guys' Daring Warriors are bigger than my own, whether it's stars or maybe perhaps you've got them also tier 20 as well, just like mine. But unfortunately, yeah, the stars does limit my power points, power level, whatever it's called. And yeah, well, let's quickly, I'm gonna skip over node 1, but we'll go through node 2 when we get there. And of course as well, I'll kind of run by the play-by-play for you guys. Okie dokie. Okay, we're back. We skipped it. We beat the first node, basically running auto. And now we're going to go into the second node here. Again, just to recap, we have the armor mods, which is about 190 points. And this will get you the rewards basically on the milestone. Now, what I want to bring your guys' attention to here is the fact that, so with this particular node, people have been asking me about, what the best turn order is, or like why is the timing of it is always so off for me. And again, it's going to come down to, it's going to come down to a bit of practice, to a bit of experience. And of course as well, I'm going to try to make it a little simple for you guys. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out JJ and bring in Storm, because Storm is going to allow you guys to break through this node a lot easier. She's faster, she can slow the team down, and it just makes things a lot simpler. Following Storm is Eclipse. Eclipse is the next fastest character, so you want to make sure, you also want to make sure you kind of have the timing down on her as well, right? Also keep in mind, the next fastest would be Night Thrasher, and then it would be Speedball, and then of course Daredevil is the slowest out of the 5 here. Now because we are kind of we're not really doing a serious run, we're gonna just kind of break down each of the steps here, and hopefully I can do it in one shot so you guys can kind of see it. But like I said, I've done this one quite a few times now, and I've gotten pretty comfortable. And I feel like, again, I've already alluded to it earlier, this is kind of one of the bottleneck nodes for people, because they want to punch through node 2 so that they can access some of the other nodes. So we're going to start us off here. We're going to get that, like I said, the trauma applied from Eclipse, and I think it's just a random, right? But the reason why we want Storm, again, like I said, we're going to apply that alt here, and you guys will kind of see here on my formation, I've kind of aligned it so that every character is kind of going one after the other. So what happens here is Green Goblin actually ults, which is kind of funny because sometimes our Eclipse takes a turn and sometimes the Green Goblin takes a turn. So if that happens, and if you guys are comfortable with it, just reset it so that you take the turn here. I think they have a matching speed. So again, whoever designed this node, perhaps it was Dorky Dad, maybe he wanted to, make sure people were aware of that. So again, the slow gets applied, and now Eclipse takes her turn. And again, I don't know if my strategy is the best strategy, but this seems to have a lot of success when I do it. And again, what I try to do here is I throw the special right in the center here, where it targets basically Green Goblin, Craven, and Doc Ock. This gets the all the negatives applied, and of course as well we're gonna miss now. So again, we dodged that crazy alt because we had the special applied, and then we also dodge vultures, and watch this, we also dodge lizards. So right there, this is gonna protect you guys when you're doing the crazy mods, that you do later on here, and hopefully that makes sense. And now, because we don't have JJ, we want to save our cooldowns here. If you have JJ instead of Storm, what you can do is you can open up with this ult here, and it's massive. It's gonna absolutely just destroy these guys. But what I do here is I actually save it. I use the special here because this gives us buffs, and this also applies the defense down. Now this is important now because now we can get to Daredevil's turn, and he can really create some havoc here. So what we do is we throw the special to kind of get his crits up. Now his crits are active because he's got that counterattack. When he has the counterattack, right? His passive basically allows him to, if this character has counter, gain 25% crit chance for each Daring Warrior ally. So what that means is now, if he has the counterattack active, and hopefully nobody hits him, he's gonna basically be critting every single time he hits. And when he's a striker and he's critting, holy guacamole, that is gonna sting. So we're gonna throw the special right in the center here. This hits 5 people and ability blocks everybody. So this is kind of what we want, especially if you're doing with more mods. Again, these mods will get you the max milestones. But if you want to push higher in the leaderboards, especially if you have low stars on your characters like myself, then this is going to allow you that ability to do that. And now what I do is I kind of switch gears here. Keep in mind, Storm Special can apply the reduction on a death proof, and it can also reduce the duration of immunity. So this is great if there's immunity. It doesn't really apply here in this case, but what it does do is it reapplies the slow. And now you can kind of look on the board here. Who do I want to slow here? Lizard still has a slow, but Vulture doesn't. And Green Goblin doesn't have a slow, and Kraven doesn't have a slow. So I kind of always watch and observe and see what's going on here, and I definitely want to hit as much targets as I can as well. So throwing the special right here is going to slow Green Goblin again, and it's going to bring him back down. And again, because we use that slow there, it's going to be Night Thrasher's turn, right? We have this all lined up for us, so we know who's... Oh, sorry. Not Night Thrasher. We know that Eclipse is going to go next here because we have everybody's abilities all lined up here, right? After Eclipse goes, it's going to be Night Thrasher. After Night Thrasher goes, it's going to be Speedball. I should have mentioned that earlier, sorry. So we throw the ult here. You probably don't need to, but I do it just for the damage side. So then it kind of just crits, hits everybody. And I think you guys can kind of see here, this is fairly smooth so far. And again, this is going to take a little timing, right? Everyone's stats are a little different, so it's going to take a little bit of timing as well. We see that the Green Goblin here does have the speed up. So what I want to do here is I want to throw the basic. This is going to clear 2 positives, and if your Night Thrasher's low stars like mine and he's not clearing it, try changing him to Skirmisher as well. I've done that before, and it helps. See, again, he didn't clear it, so that's fine. It's not the end of the world. And then again, Speedball goes. He is... I'm looking at my Daredevil now, and I see that he still has his counterattack, and he's also going to be able to crit. So you know what? I'm going to avoid Green Goblin for now, and I'm going to go after maybe... let's go after Electro here and flip the positives. So he gets hit once, fine. We still have 1 counterattack, and hopefully... oh no, so we lose the counterattack, which is unfortunate. That's too bad. I think, yeah, Daredevil's going to lose it there. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Not the end of the world. It would have been nice if he had it so he can crit, but it's fine. It's fine. We should be able to basic here and take care of Green Goblin. Or not. Maybe I should have went for him. Okay, whatever. In a perfect world, it would have been nice to crit. But hopefully you guys can kind of see that. So now we're getting kind of down to the last guys here. And again, every battle is always going to be different. Every character's go for different ones. But yeah, like I said, once you take care of Green Goblin, you can kind of go after these guys. I like to pick Kraven and Lizard because what ends up happening is once you kill off Electro, you have a little bit of a gap between Kraven and Lizard. And this is nice because then... you don't have characters chaining off to the other guys because sometimes you can kill off the other guys next to each other, right? And now we want to be very cognizant of the turn order here, right? So again, it's going to take a little bit of luck. It's going to take some timing. You guys can kind of see here now that Kraven, if he would have hit somebody else with a counterattack, he could have probably ended up killing himself. So that's the problem here, right? You got to be very careful. And now we can kind of see our turn order. We have Storm, we have Eclipse, and we have Night Thrasher, and now we have Speedball. So what we want to do here is we want to make sure that Daredevil has as much turn bar as he can. It's going to take some luck, and I haven't done this armor one in a while, so hopefully it does work out. But yeah, again, Eclipse goes. We're gonna hit Lizard here, And then again, Night Thrasher is going to go, and then Speedball is going to get his turn, right? So this is where Daredevil's still getting that turn bar in, right? But we don't want to clear it just yet. We want to wait. We want to wait, right? And now Speedball goes. Now watch this. We hit Speedball, and we kill Kraven. This is going to drop the next wave, hopefully. And it doesn't. It does not drop the next wave, and that is actually a little unfortunate. So this is where I would say it comes back to the timing of it, right? So this is I'm actually kind of glad this happened. So again, that's not the end of the world. What we can do now is we can pivot. It would have been nice in an ideal world. It would have been nice if Daredevil would have killed, would have had that perfect timing. So this is where we pivot. We go for Lizard, and again, I think this is probably gonna kill him. It's fine. It's fine. Jeff drops, and I think this is a good example here where you guys can kind of see it. So in this situation here, even if Daredevil doesn't go, we still have the slow from Storm. And this is where this is nice. We have that backup. We have that backup from Storm. And now what we can do here is we can kind of focus the center here. And I think in this case, because of, just because of this situation that we're in right now with this particular node, if you're doing higher mods, you would have to reset. There is no way this would work in the other, if Daredevil doesn't get his turn right when the Jeff drops, there is no way you're going to be able to do the higher levels. But in this case, because we're only doing it with the armor mods, this shouldn't be an issue. So again, just to recap here, we're going to throw the Massive Altair. This is going to allow us to ability block 2 of the highest speed guys. So this is going to take care of some really, really nasty guys for us. And then we're going to aim this special from Speedball right in the center here so that we can ability block Null, Superior Spider-Man, and of course as well we can hopefully get some other stragglers in there. Now unfortunately, because of the way our Daredevil was and we couldn't get his turn in, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It would have been nice in an ideal world, but we do have that slow on Jeff still. So this is where we're going to just apply some damage here, and this is where that Striker really shines to get that extra ping here. Jeff is also ability blocked, I think, but he's still going to do his ult and stuff, and it's going to sting like a mother, whatever you want to call it. So we throw the ult here, and this should take care of Jeff at least. And then now we can focus on the stragglers. Now, I don't get the timing on this right, so I'm going to show you guys, once I get through this one, I'm going to cancel out here, and I'm going to do a different version of it as well, so I can show you guys the timing of it, because I do want to explain to you guys how important it is. If you guys are, if this is not hard for you guys, and you guys are trying to push for higher on the leaderboards, it is very important that timing gets right down to the crunch. And again, Kraven, I thought he had enough health, but I guess in this case he didn't. So again, just to recap it all, like I said, we can now start kind of saving our cooldowns. And yeah, what you want to do here is you want to focus on Null next. So we're going to throw the special here so we can get the defense down on him, because Null is kind of the next problematic character that we want to worry about. Now, you can decide here, you can throw your stun with Speedball, but if you don't have JJ, it's probably going to burn you. So I save it. I just assume, hey, we're going to need it. We're going to need it. And then we're going to throw the special here. The special, again, just critting like crazy. Thank you, Daredevil. And then, of course, he is able to get the counterattack back on everybody. So this is going to be very, very nice. We're going to focus on Null so we can take care of him. We don't want him surviving and slowing us down as well for our characters that don't have immunity. We still have immunity. Never mind. I thought some of us were missing immunity just based on the turn order here, but that's okay. Okay, so again, Speedball goes, and then we take care of the stragglers. So now you can start focusing on some of the Insidious 6. Leave Scorpion last. He's slow. He's kind of licks. He's not that great. And then yeah, we can kind of go for Superior Spider-Man. He's ability blocked, so he's not going to be too much of an issue. But yeah, as you guys can kind of see here, these guys still do a massive amounts of damage. And what I highly recommend doing here, especially on the higher nodes, higher difficulties, is bringing Eclipse as a healer. I think that helps a lot. That really helps a lot. At least I found. And if you have JJ and she's like, she's going to bring energy to the group, that also really helps a lot. And again, you can kind of see here my Night Thrasher's cooldowns are a bit off, but keep in mind, we have a couple of turns to kind of jab away here and get our cooldowns back up. And like I said, I'm able to do this node basically in one shot here. Very, very high success here, especially with Storm. I think there was a little bit less RNG when Storm came into the picture, just because she gave us that extra slow that we could use, right? And again, you can see here my characters are very low health, so this is not an ideal run. This is far from perfect. And also keep in mind, Night Thrasher, he's still 4 energy away from his ult, but it's not the end of the world, because we also get 2 energy back from Eclipse when she does her special. So we're gonna, for the purposes of this video, because I'm gonna cancel out and do another one here, Well, we'll see. Actually, I gotta wait here to see if Scorpion actually gets to turn. I'm gonna throw the special here so I can heal up, and then I can show you guys Night Thrasher's cooldowns here. And it's important when you go into Node 6, you want Night Thrasher to be as close as possible to this ult. If you don't have his ult against the Accursed team, it's not gonna work. So in an ideal world, we wouldn't have used Eclipse's special. We would have used the special in the next battle. So then it would have brought the energy back to Night Thrasher. And also because she used the special, it kind of hurt him a bit more too here. So in an ideal world, don't do that. I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like. And yeah, and again, Eclipse is really good. If you have her as a healer, it just kind of gives more sustain. And again, we have her as a raider here for extra damage. We probably didn't need to make her a raider. Our team was already good. But yeah, like I said, you just kind of want to build your cooldowns back up, get the healing in order. And what I did do in the higher mods is I actually had 2 healers. I had Speedball as a healer as well. So multiple different things there. So anyways, guys, I hope that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna cancel out of this, and I'm gonna run back into the other mods here. Actually, I'll do it right now here so you guys can kind of see it. But we're gonna run into another one here, and again, we're gonna keep the armor. We're gonna keep the armor. We're gonna keep the other stuff here. I'm gonna pick the ones that I think I used before last time. That was quite good. Now, hopefully, get the one shot for you guys as well here. But if I don't, apologies. We'll have to see how it goes with the RNG side of things. Let's see. So yeah, I like getting this energy one because it's kind of useless. We can kind of get the energy back, like I said, from them using their immunity. Same with their ults. It's fine. When a player uses their ultimate, they gain blind. Yeah, that one's fine as well. Enemies gain 30% health. I don't like the health ones, especially with my low-level characters. The Warp World, also very scary. Valve Rally, same thing. They kind of clear all the negatives and all the work that we've done. When a player uses the special, yeah, you can use the ability block. That's fine. Enemies gain 2 ability energy. Yeah, that's fine as well. War abilities, let's do it just for funsies. Immune to trauma. I don't remember if I had this one or not. We'll decide on that. I'm gonna take up the 20% damage as well, and I'm gonna pick up the big one here at the end here. So I believe those are all the points that are worthy. Because yeah, if you get enemy death, they're gonna heal, so that's not good. On kill, fill, adjacent speed, so that's also gonna screw you, especially against like Blue Marvel. Yeah, so you definitely don't want that. Blue Marvel will just absolutely destroy you. I tried it. It was not fun. It was absolutely crazy. You could probably have this immune to trauma one if you really want to, but I like the trauma. It really helps, I find. So yeah, we'll quickly run into the footage here as well. Again, I'm gonna skip the first node because it's kind of redundant. You guys don't need to watch it, but we'll jump into the second node so you guys can kind of see what I do as well. Okay, so we're back here. We did node 1, and actually I was having a little fun with it, and I actually went back and added another mod to it. So just so you guys are aware of it, again, switched up some ISO 8s around. Healer on Eclipse, Night Thrasher, Daredevil, Storm, and again Speedball. And again, I'm not gonna rearrange their formation again. But hopefully you guys, by the time you guys have gotten to this node, hopefully you guys know all the speeds, right? Hopefully you guys are familiar with who goes where. And again, it's gonna be Storm, Eclipse, Thrasher, a Speedball, and Daredevil, right? But if it helps you guys out better to line them all up so you kind of keep track of where they go, then great. And again, I'm not gonna speed the footage up for you guys so you guys can exactly see my thought process and on the attacks as well. We're gonna throw the ult here, like I said, no different from the first time. This is gonna apply the slow. And again, keep in mind here, we're up against with a lot of different mods here. And again, keep in mind, my team's only 4 yellow, but I do want to show you guys we can do this. We can do this despite the fact. So again, we get that Eclipse going first. That's gonna apply the massive amount of negatives, and I hope this helps you guys out. Hopefully, you guys can kind of see that. We're gonna allow ourselves to be able to blind some of these monsters now, so that we don't get the damage. Right? It's gonna mitigate a lot of damage for us, and it's gonna sustain our health because we're not getting scratched here. So once we get to our first turn, this is where it's important now. Again, because of the cooldowns, we don't use that ult. And if we used the ult in the trauma, this probably would have made things a little bit easier for us, but that's okay. Now, with this particular node, I had to experiment a little bit because we are dealing with a different monster here. And it's just, we're basically dealing with almost 2.5 times the mods, right? So we do have to get a little bit more changing the targets here. Instead of going for Green Goblin, we actually have to go for Doc Ock because he's so damn he's so damn tanky. It's because of the war buffs. I think the war buffs actually amp up these guys quite a bit. I don't remember what their war abilities are, but the war buffs really freaking make them super duper strong here. So that's why you know, I want to showcase it to you guys as well here, that it is a very different lineup when you do add the mods. Now again, you don't need to worry about adding all these extra mods here, you know, unless you're pushing on the leaderboard. I'm just doing it so you guys can kind of see how I did it, and if you guys want, you guys can follow this strategy and you guys can try to see if, you know, hey, if you want to push for the leaderboards and you want to try for this, go for it, right? And again, I think the other content creators, Rage, Desir, like they also have some really great guides as well, and everyone has a different approach. So I feel like if you want to, if you want to tackle this on the best way, you have to kind of watch multiple perspectives to see how they go. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents here. So nothing really has changed other than the fact that we just focus on Doc Ock, and again, we just kind of take out some of the stragglers. You know, Mysterio is pretty weak. We try to get off the buffs here off of Green Goblin, because that's like I said earlier. You know, if you can basic and take off buffs, why the heck not? Especially if they have the speed up, right? You don't want them taking more turns than you, and again, it may not be possible, but hopefully you guys can kind of see that. So what we do here is we throw the ult here because these guys have so much freaking health, like it's crazy, and they also do a lot of damage. So we just clear the board here quickly, and again, attacking Vulture so we can clear off some of those positives. Craven's probably gonna die here. Let's see, and also be careful Electro. Electro hits really hard here on this game mode, but she may end up just killing herself if our team has the counterattack. But yeah, again, so take care of Green Goblin after you take care of Doc Ock. Green Goblin is still a very, very big problem, and luckily for us, these guys are a bit tankier with all these extra mods, so it helps us out a little bit here because they're going to help us rebuild some of our cooldowns before the next wave drops. And hopefully this time I don't screw it up here. Now I'm kind of seeing, now you can kind of start watching and seeing everybody's health, and then you can start figuring out like, hey, who is the best one to keep alive so I can one-shot them. And again, every time that we kill off an enemy, they get a ton of energy. See that Electro? Holy cow. He just like threw a thunderstorm at Storm. Like, that's kind of crazy. So anyways, you just gotta be very careful of that. And now you guys can kind of see here, Lizard has a lot of health still, and now we're kind of getting down to the nitty gritties here. So again, you can kind of see those increased damage mods really pack a punch. We just want to get rid of Green Goblin because we don't want him ulting us. If he ults us, we are absolutely dead. So again, Eclipse coming up big with the heals, so that's why we focus on Eclipse. And now we've kind of gotten down to the last 2, and this is what I don't like. I don't like how Electro's right beside Green Goblin, Lizard, but that's kind of the way it goes. So it drops. Ah, jeez, we did the same thing we did the first attack. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I may have to do a reset. So again, Storm will go first, I suppose, which isn't what we want, right? We want Daredevil to go, which is, yeah, it's too bad. And anyways, I digress. So we get to Eclipse's turn here. This special is going to be very, very massive here. It's going to give us a ton of health back. And again, with Daredevil now, because of the fact that there's already the slow applied, we want to make sure we can get the crits up, and hopefully we got the crits up, we got the counterattack, and this is, again, same strategy now, but we're changing one thing. We're going to throw the massive ult here. Or, no, we're not changing anything. We're doing the same thing we did last time. Sorry what I just said. I said the wrong thing here. We throw the massive ult to get the trauma, and then we get the ability blocks to the right people here. So now we've gotten ability blocks on Null. We've got ability blocks, I think, on... I don't know if it's on Superior Spider-Man. It looks like it's on, at least on Void Knight, which is good. But again, we focused that centerpiece where Jeff is, and he's almost dead. I think after this ult here, right here, it should theoretically kill him, I think. Just, hopefully. Yeah, almost. Okay, so now Daredevil's got that counterattack. This is the best part. Watch this. Watch how much damage he does when he crits. So again, he's going to chain off here. It would be nice if we didn't have to target Jeff, so then he could do a follow-up. But I think just... so you can guarantee that Jeff dies, you got to make sure you target Jeff. Otherwise, if he survives, it's pretty much GG. So we'll throw the massive ult here, and look at that. He just knocked out like 3 people. So they get a massive energy boost back, but now we're kind of in the clear here. And again, same strategy. We're going for Null next. So we throw that very, very cool special to get the defense down. And hopefully, if Daredevil gets to his turn again, and he still has the counterattack, oh, baby, that's going to hit hard. That's going to be really good here. So, yeah, we got the... we can throw the ult, I think, on Superior Spider-Man, because I don't see the ability block. I could be wrong here. I don't see the ability block, and the ult isn't an absolute 100% landing rate, but it'll do some damage, and it'll add some bleeds and heal block as well. So that's what I would do. If your strategy is different, let me know. But yeah, we'll throw there, and unfortunately, like I said, didn't really stick, but we do get some hits there because he attacked, and of course as well. Wait, was he ability blocked? I think maybe, or did he use his... I don't know now. Maybe maybe that was his ult. I don't... Okay, whatever. Okay, so again, we'll go for null here, and again, you can see how strong some of these guys are, right? But luckily, they are ability blocked. If they weren't ability blocked, we would be a little bit in a tight situation here. So, same strategy. Go for null. Null is going to be the biggest problem if you leave him alone. So just go after him, and then yeah, he's going to chain there, and maybe kill off Void Knight, maybe, hopefully soon. Okay, so Daredevil's turn. This should maybe kill null here, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yep, dead. Cool. So they get some energy back. Don't matter. Now we can kind of work on rebuilding some of our cooldowns for the next wave. I don't know if I'm going to stick with this node, with this attack attempt. But again, I wanted to just showcase to you guys that we can be 2 for 2 here with fairly. I would say yes, the stars really do help, but it is gear tier, I think, and the levels that are more important. And hopefully, people are able to kind of gear and tier their characters up by the time this event comes back or during the course of the next week or so. But yeah, it is very skill involved, as well as, just a little bit of luck, and for sure having 6 or 7 yellow characters would definitely improve your odds. So for sure. And again, this is the same strategy we did before with the first time that we did it. We're just rebuilding cooldowns. We're just getting everything kind of tightened up here before the Accursed team on Node 6. But hopefully you guys are able to use this information and help you guys out with getting through Node 2. I know I've been getting so many questions about it on Discord, on YouTube. It's just obviously I know people are struggling with it, and I know they designed it so that it's supposed to be challenging, but I find it to be fun and also challenging because we're trying to find a way to figure out this puzzle, right? So again, Night Thrasher, he should be at 1 energy away from his ult now. So in this situation here, if we used Eclipse's special, we should be able to get him close enough so that he can get the his ult by the time we go into Node 6. But again, I don't know if I'm going to keep this run. I just wanted to showcase it to you guys again, that it is doable, whether you have the 100 and some mods that we did at the start, or if you're trying to push higher for the leaderboards, right? If that's something you guys wish to do, and maybe you guys are have more stars on your Daring Warriors than me, it is very, very possible. And again, I think with the points that we got here from 2 runs, we would break our, I think it would be somewhere in the 7.6 or something, 7.7. It would beat our best run for sure, but I'll have to see if I want to redo this one, because I didn't like their health. You do need a bit of health and cooldowns as well. So yeah, and I didn't like how the way the Jeff dropped. Like, that was not in an ideal world. You want Daredevil to kind of take that turn first and not Storm. And unfortunately, we were just 1 step back. So it is the way it is. Sometimes luck goes the way it goes, even when you play this enough times and you kind of know the turn order. There's going to be a little bit of luck involved as well here, and hopefully it makes sense. Oh, sorry, I'm talking too much here. Let's quickly look at the mod. Okay, so again, we got it done here. You guys will see that we have the 480 blinded by power. We had the war one just for funsies, and again, yeah, what we did was we just added one of these 30% damage ones as well, versus what I showed you guys earlier. But yeah, do let me know if this helps you guys out. Hopefully, having the slow down footage and the walkthrough of it is helpful for you guys that are struggling with this node, and hopefully gives you guys an idea of how I did it. Other than that, guys, always appreciate you guys tuning in. Always appreciate you guys' comments and feedback. And of course, as well, I'll see you guys in the next one.